Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for joining me for yet another card tutorial. Today I will be doing an Easter card. I have already actually put most of my 65-pound cardstock through the embossing folder. Right now I am just going to be doing the designing the card. So this is actually the embossing folder that I used, and I believe I'm doing either 7 of them or something like that. But this is the folder I use. This is to depict the sun pretty much. And so I have this here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is in the center, I'm going to go ahead and get some of that yellow, and then I will just kind of, spread out just a little bit outside with a little orange, just to kind of depict a sunset more or less. So I'm going to use, this one is, let's see, Distress Ink, Antique Linen. So I'm just going to go ahead and just get a little bit of that in there. It's kind of a very light. I may have to intensify this, but let's start here first. And I did actually cut out, a lot of the stuff I will be using. In that way, we won't have to, go through much of the die cutting and removing the pieces. I'm going to try to get this a little more orangey. So I'm going to use this, which is Fossilized Amber. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of like do a little something with it. I'm basically trying to create some kind of a sunset. This one, and then I am going to go on the outer side with a bit of orange. This one will be Carved Pumpkin. So I'm going to go ahead and just get on the outsides, just a little bit of orange. And I'm just going to leave the other side, just with a little white on there. I'm just putting a little bit of color, not too much. Okay, so we will start like from a lighter inside and just like, kind of spread it out to darker, kind of in depicting, sorry, a sunset. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put on a couple pieces of things there. I do have 2 of those really. This is actually a gold doily that I had, and then this here is some silver tulle. Also, I'm going to go ahead and pretty much attach this to the back of this. I wanted to give it sort of like a soft touch. This is so light. Okay, I'll get it there, and I will go ahead and position it in a way that kind of to give it a nice little, something. Okay, and then I will do the other one just the same way. Just some little extra glue. I just had a whole bunch of tulle, so that's another thing you guys can take a look at. You know what you can do with the tulle in card making instead of, throwing it out. Okay, so far we have just nice little doilies here and a nice little, I don't know, it's very light so you can't see it, sorry. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to go ahead and get this nice flower. I think, I'm not sure if I want a big one, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this stamped out and cut out from the, using my die cutting material. Let me just stick this in here like that. And this is a nice die cut flower set that I have. Another new one. What is this? Just get it on there. I'm going to use Stays On. This is I like this black. Whoopsie. Well, I guess it doesn't like me, but anyways, let's go ahead and get this done. That's why I always like a piece of paper towel or something handy, which I do in case I end up having accidents like this, because I really don't want it to show up on my card. I'm just going to get this out, and I'm going to make sure that this has enough of a distribution so I can get the print out, you know, as clearly as possible. Okay, let's go ahead and get that on. I can like this tool because I think it is really neat, because I used to be using my hand and pressing and doing all of that, and I was able to get 3 of them at no cost. But again, you know, it comes from real far, so that doesn't help. Okay, so I will go ahead and just do one more. What is wrong with me on this? It's like it just doesn't like me today. It just keeps doing stuff. Just going to put one more coat on here, and then I will be good. Because coloring the flower will take a minute, I am not going to be coloring it just yet. And then again, I'm not sure if I really want to do any coloring, because, you know, the card itself is going to have enough color. I'm just going to set this aside. Oops, sorry guys if I shook that. And let me get my die cutting machine to get the flower out. Now, if you have any like leaves, die cut leaves or anything that you'd like to use, you know, like stick under there in addition to that, that's fine too. You have that option if you do have some die cuts. Just going to set these things aside so I can get some room. This is my nice little space here. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and set this in the middle here. However, I believe I want to mount on some squares. In that way, they can be nice and elevated. So if in case I want to, you know, put some more flowers or anything under there. But I'm kind of okay if it's black and white, to be honest. I'm just going to leave it black and white for now. If I change my mind, well, that's fine. But for now, I am going to just keep it as it is, nice and black and white. Maybe do a little shading in some places, but not too much, because I think this little flower thing is pretty much doing well on its own, to be honest with you. And I'm going to go ahead and place this right in the middle here. And then as far as my little birdie bye, I'm going to get my birdie on there. And then my happy Easter, I'm going to kind of fit it. Yeah, just get it down in the bottom here. That is fine. So let's get it stuck. So this would actually be the happy Easter. A very simple card. And of course, you know, you can experiment with doilies. If I want to, I can stick another piece somewhere. You know, I doubt it. I'll leave it like this. But if you can see this, it just has this nice little soft tulle at on the ends. So it really looks pretty. And that's it. Very simple card. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week.